Oh man, so you want to be a full-time crypto investor or trader and you're not sure where to start. In this video, I'm going to break down the actual places and things you need to consider before setting out on this journey. As you guys know, the crypto trading and investment space is full of a lot of, really open mavericks showing their flashy items and luxury lifestyle. But what is crypto investing and trading really like? What's the day-to-day really like? And what's it going to entail for you to be successful at it? We're going to break all of that down. Hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, consider checking out our course member live streams, ijaz.uk/member, if you like my perspective. So the first point I want to cover off, and this video is going to be slightly different if you're used to some of my other videos. I'm just going to kind of just shoot it here directly and speak to you from the heart, really. And the first thing I want to touch upon is the difference between trading and investing. And both of them are viable career paths, but you need, as in ways to make money, but you need to understand which is the route you're going down and what is your plan, right? What's your destination and how are you going to get there? Now, the majority of people here on YouTube, a lot of the people you guys know in crypto who have the biggest followings, advocate highly leveraged trading. Now, it's very important to understand what is possible from highly leveraged trading and also what the downside is, because you have a lot of survivor bias here where those that succeed will tell everybody they can succeed when 95% plus are failing, right? So yes, you may have a couple of influencers who are making decent money trading crypto on leverage. Those are very professional, have done it for a long time. I have no doubt that you can execute trades and be successful. Obviously, I trade myself. I've traded at an investment bank in equities for a long period of time, so I'm experienced in trading myself. But you need to understand, as a new person into crypto, trading is especially dangerous, particularly with leverage. I don't trade in any leverage. Any trading I do is in spot, and I trade side by side with my investing. Now, 96% plus of my portfolio is long-term investing, and I'll play around with a couple of percent in my trading account as and when I feel like it. If I see a good trade opportunity, if I see a chart pattern or a breakout or an opportunity, and I just feel like trading. But the vast portion of my wealth for my crypto portfolio is allocated in long-term holds, which is where you fall into the characterization of an investor, a long-term investor. So with that said, at least we've clarified that, and there's nothing wrong with, showing your cars and luxury lifestyle. You can achieve that through crypto, right? Ultimately, people want to improve their quality of lives, and yes, you can do so through crypto. But to think you could just jump into crypto, place a 1000x leverage trade tomorrow with no experience and suddenly have a Bugatti outside, not quite how it works, guys, right? So let's break down what it actually looks like. So moving on to the second point, it's not enough to just research crypto. Now, this is a bit of a counterintuitive one. If you want to really become a good crypto investor, you need to know a lot of different categories. I mean, let me give you a couple of examples. So within crypto, you need to understand what are the fundamentals of crypto, right? What fundamentally makes Bitcoin valuable? What fundamentally makes Cardano or Phantom or Solana valuable? What moves it and what makes it improve or not improve? Like, a lot of people who are new to crypto go, hang on a second. One of their criticisms is there are no fundamentals. If I'm valuing a stock, I can look at the balance sheet, I can look at the P&L, I can look at the assets and liabilities, and I know if it's a good company. You're wrong if you think that's not the case in crypto. Yes, it is. You just don't know where to look. You need to look at the DeFi. You need to look at total value locked. You need to look at the tokenomics. You need to look at the total wallet addresses. You need to look at on-chain activity. There's so many things you need to be looking at. How many dApps are being built? How many development is being done on GitHub commits? Lots of things to look at to see if a token and project ecosystem is healthy. So that's fundamentals of crypto. Then you have the technicals of crypto. Now, technical analysis is looking at your chart patterns, it's understanding a head and shoulders pattern versus descending wedge versus a breakout, and all the other technical patterns which you guys see. And a lot of YouTubers will focus just on this piece. But the problem is you need to line up all of these elements when you're trading. The best way to think about it, and a lot of people use this kind of a thought process, is fundamentals tell you whether you want to invest in a crypto or not for the long term. And technical analysis can be used to help you understand when to enter and when to exit based on chart patterns. That's a good rule of thumb for you to use. But then that's not enough, right? You then need to understand, how does crypto sit in this huge environment of all other assets? Right? How is it correlated to equities? We've known for the last few months, we've seen crypto correlated for a while with the S&P and with the NASDAQ. Why is that the case? The last few days, we saw a little bit of a decoupling. Will that continue? You need to understand how that moves, what it means, and what impact it can have. How is it related to bond yields? How is it related to gold? How is it related to silver or oil and gas? You need to understand all of these different points if you are truly serious about being a long-term crypto investor. Because the reality is, most people in the office or your taxi driver takes out their MetaMask or takes out their Binance wallet, buys a little bit of crypto, and suddenly they're a crypto investor. Not quite, right? There's more to it than meets the eye. Yes, it's simple in that it's clear what to do and anybody can go and do it, but it's not easy. You need to educate yourself. You need to cover a lot of these points off, and that's what it's about. So then once you've figured out the kind of correlation with all the other assets, you need to then think about macroeconomics. And again, one of the reasons I started making crypto videos here is my background was trading in the stock market and currencies, right? So I had a background in technical analysis, I had a background in fundamental analysis, and I've got a lot of experience in macroeconomics as well, having been at an investment bank and studying economics as well. So for me, when I came here and I was looking at the environment, I was watching various other YouTubers posting videos without any articulation of what is causing the price of Bitcoin, for instance, to move. They didn't understand there was a Fed meeting. They didn't understand the effect inflation was having. They didn't have the understanding of the effect interest rates were having, or monetary quantitative easing or tightening. Then you're just trading in the blind, right? Especially then doing that with leverage. So you've got to understand macroeconomics and how that affects the broader markets. Really, really important. Cool. So once you've done that, and again, that's not easy, right? That's not going to happen over time, over a couple of days, is it? You're not just going to open your Binance wallet and suddenly know everything I've just said. It takes time to learn it. Then we need to focus on something which, again, a lot of people aren't talking about: psychology. A lot of investing, whether in the stock market, whether in real estate, whether in crypto, like we're talking about today, is all about mindset and psychology. Having patience, right? Controlling your emotions. How much FUD is there in the market? We've seen that when Bitcoin was running up to 70,000 early towards the end of 2021, how many? Every single person, every influencer, every tweet, everything was saying, oh, we're going to go to 100,000, 150 plus. Nobody was talking about 25,000. And now what? When we're heading down, everybody's talking about 10,000, 15,000. Nobody's being realistic, right? They FUD themselves out. Super greed on the top side, super fear on the bottom side. And that is why you need to be, if you imagine a sine wave, which has huge peaks and huge troughs, you need to compress that sine wave. You need to have like a still heartbeat, which just goes steadily across, right? When everybody's fearful, you get greedy. When everybody's greedy, you get fearful, right? You should be doing the opposite. You should be able to manage your emotions and don't suddenly panic. Oh, your friend told you this coin is suddenly rubbish and you just press sell on your phone. Like, come on. Where's your research? Where's your analysis? Where's your thesis of why you bought into a coin? What were the key points and reasons you bought into the coin? Has anything fundamentally changed and therefore you're selling? Then it's okay to sell, right? You're looking at a project, you believe they were going to do all of this. And suddenly 6 months in, you see the team has changed. They've changed their direction. They've changed their thesis. Something fundamental has changed. They got hacked. Okay, then change your investment. But suddenly if nothing's changed, but just the market's falling and everybody's panicking and, oh, crypto's going to go to zero, and you sell, that's not controlling your psychology. That's you getting fudded out and not being in control of your emotions. Okay, and influences have a big part to do with this. You've got to be able to wash out a lot of the noise, and ultimately, you've got to be responsible for your own ship. You're the pilot of your own plane, right? Influencers, including my channel, including anyone else's channel, is but an extra bit of data on your journey to accumulating data. I may be a data source for you, fine. A book should be a data source. Reading a newspaper, an article, some tweets, wherever you're gathering your information on, speaking to people in the real world outside, speaking to other project founders, dApp developers, that's all your research to decide if you're going to invest in a project. But to then go to any single influencer and say, I blame you, I traded this coin for you. Like, come on, take responsibility. If you want to be a grown-up and invest in crypto and make it your full-time stream of income and wealth generation, you've got to take this stuff seriously. It's not easy. Okay, so really important. Psychology is huge. And we spend a lot of time with our course members talking about psychology. It's a lot. I know it gets boring sometimes, but it's imperative that we talk about psychology. Really, really important. And then the other point I wanted to kind of pick up with you guys is around this kind of entitlement around instant gratification. And I made a video about this. I think I called it 1,000 to 1 million in crypto in a year, right? Or something like that. And the premise behind that whole video was a lot of the people who are entering crypto now, and by the way, there's a new crypto investor born every single day. It's just a reality. And they don't know anything about crypto. And it's our job as kind of thought leaders or people on the social web here to kind of educate them and bring them along a path. But obviously, there's other people who are taking them on a different path, maybe leverage trading, maybe just trading chart patterns without looking at economics, right? Those people do that. And what I want to say is too many people have this 1000x mentality. They want to jump into a coin today and they want it to 1000x. They'll ignore Bitcoin or Ethereum and they'll look for some meme coin right? They'll look for some meme coin that's going to get them 1,000, 10,000x because that's what they want. And their reality, their thought process is, it's okay. I'm going to put $50 in each one, and then one's going to 10,000x. That's not going to change your life. Instead, if you build your wealth properly, go for a 10x, go for another 10x, go for another 10x, you become a millionaire, right? 3 clean 10x. That's what you need. But doing that is not easy. It's simple. I can tell you right now. Start with $1,000, 10x it to 10,000, 10x it again to 100,000, 10x it again to $1 million. You're done, right? Simple, but not easy. Because as and when the stakes get bigger, you've got this dart, and you need to throw this dart on the target, and you just need to get it right. You don't need to spray loads of darts. You just need to be a sniper, focus on the projects you believe in, build high conviction in that project because you've done the research, you've understood it, you know what it entails. Nobody's going to fudge you out. If the price falls, you're going to dollar cost average in and buy lower and lower. And when you rise to the price where you know you're going to start trimming your profits and exiting the project, right? Sounds simple, but it comes back to the other step of psychology because everybody wants instant gratification. Nobody wants a boring 10x. Right? So you need to understand that you've got to go on the journey of saying, hang on a second, let everybody FUD themselves out. Let everybody throw $1,000 on Terra Luna, the new Terra, trying to get a quick buck. But we're going to focus on our portfolio. We're going to go 10x our portfolio. And then we're going to come back to base. We're going to go again and 10x our portfolio. To put this into perspective, if you want to be a crypto investor, let's look at the parallel, which is stock investing. Who are the best stock investors over decades? People like Warren Buffett, right? They're happy just beating the S&P. Right? The S&P can deliver you on average 7 to 8% per annum, right? Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett, 20+% is crazy. If you tell someone in crypto you can do 20% on your portfolio this year, like, what are you talking about? I'm going to unsubscribe, right? Not interested. Not interested. They want a 10,000x. Good luck to them. Let them go meme trade. That's no different to speculation, right? It's just gambling, speculation. If you want to be a proper investor, this is the right way to do it. And it's a long path, but this is the rewarding path that's going to put you into the real wealthy elite in terms of crypto, because now it's still an early time. And that's an important message as well. Now, the other point I wanted to kind of cover off is, as a crypto investor, you're not just, it's a bit more difficult. So you're not just an investor as per the equivalent investor in the equities market. Let me explain. So when I'm investing in stocks, because I've got a stock portfolio as well, you'll look at the stock market, and unless you're trading like penny stocks or low caps, you are investing in mature companies. In other words, if they're listed on the exchanges, Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, they've met a whole bunch of criteria, and they're sound companies. They have good governance, good compliance. You know that it's not just like a little startup in a basement, right? By the time they've listed on their IPO. The issue is with crypto, any coin with a couple of people can make it into the top 10 quite quickly, top 20 quite quickly, and therefore, what you have to think about is outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, all the other projects are almost like venture capital. And venture capital, if you aren't familiar with it, is a different form of investing. It comes before the IPO stage. If you were a venture capitalist in the equities world, in the normal business startup world, it's a very different skill set. You have to meet founders. You have to be able to tell what they're good at. You have to find their problems. They have a whole bunch of different challenges. And in crypto, it's the same. Outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you're investing in projects like Phantom, like Algorand, like Avalanche, you need to have that venture capitalist mindset where you look for the things that a venture capitalist would do, because that's how those markets operate. Okay, so really important that you need this double ability to invest, not just normal investing, but the ability to have a venture capitalist mindset as well. And then just to kind of reiterate the point is, you need to understand fundamentally what you're investing in. There's a lot of people who don't understand. They're buying and selling, but they don't understand what they're investing in. Now, technically, I wouldn't even call that trading. When I'm trading, I'll even make sure when I'm trading an asset class, I understand what it is I'm trading in, right? Because I need to understand the nuances and what's going to move the market. I'll give you an example. If I'm trading Bitcoin versus USD, and I don't understand what Bitcoin is, because I'm just like, no, I'm just a trader. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin is. Some people will say that to you, right? It doesn't matter. I'm just trading. I'm going to go in and I'm out in 2-3 hours. Well, if I don't know what Bitcoin is and something happens globally, macroeconomically, that's going to have an impact in the next 3 hours and it affects my trade, then that's my negligence. I can't just be like, oh, it's okay, I got stopped out. No, you're going to get liquidated. You're going to get stopped out. It doesn't work like that. If you're invested in something, even if it's trading for 5-6 hours, you need to know that for those 5-6 hours that your money's at risk, what could affect that coin that could cause it to go down? So you need to have a working knowledge of it, even if you're trading. So that's not an excuse that, oh, I'm just trading, therefore I don't need to know the fundamentals of a coin. Not an excuse for me. Okay? And then the overriding point I wanted to make there is, what is the difference between speculation and investing? And that's the difference. It's understanding what you're investing in. when you have a site for a project, like if you pick any project, right? Any project you're investing in, think about it in your head, whichever one is in your head, and ask yourself the honest questions. Do I know where this project is going? Do I know what the founding team are trying to achieve? How are they different from other projects? Right? So if I'm invested in Solana, how is it different from ADA? How is it different from Ethereum? If I'm investing in Phantom, how is it different from Avalanche? How is it different from any other coin? How are they going to get there? What is the founding team like? Do they have enough cash? Do they have enough adoption? What do I need to look out for that could be a red flag for me to exit my position? What if they get hacked? What if something changes? What if one of the key team members leave, right? What if wallet addresses start to decrease? These are the things we have to look out for. What if a competitor arises that does a better job than your product, the project you're invested in? These are all the things you need to look out for, and that's investing. That's not speculation. Speculation is your friend said this coin is going to go up. You jump into it, you buy some, and you hope it's going to kind of 2-3x. Speculation. You might as well go to the casino. You might as well gamble. You'll win some, you'll lose some, and whatever. You average out where you can average out. That is not investing. You cannot build a sustainable career doing that. And even if you do, you're more likely to lose it because you never learned the skills to maintain your wealth, which is a separate conversation in and of itself. And then the final point I wanted to make, without letting this video drag on for longer than it needs to, and hopefully this has become a good guide for you guys to really sit down and understand what you need to start doing if you want to become a crypto investor, is the practical steps. Now, a lot of you may have thought that I start off with this, but as you can see, this point, which I'm going to mention now, the practical steps, is what people think investing is. And the practical steps, in other words, what I call tactics, are a small portion of what I think it is to be a crypto trader. So what I'm talking about is how to buy, right? How do I buy my crypto? What exchanges do I use? What about the tax rules? What about when I buy it, do I need to go to a cold wallet? Can I leave it on hot? Right? These are all tactics. What's my stop loss? What's my entry? When should I buy? Do I buy on a dip? What's the RSI? What's the EMA ribbon? How do I dollar cost average? How do I take profits? These are all tactics. And a lot of people will confuse that into saying, okay, that's how you become an investor. That's just the tactics. That's like you kicking a football. But what's the methodology? The methodology is all the points I've listed out in this video. That is what it really means to be an investor. And if you can start working on all those aspects, which I've outlined here, you're on your way to becoming a really good crypto investor. And the reality is, if you're not sure of what it means to become a crypto investor, you've got that all there in one video. And a lot of it comes from being a traditional investor in the stock market, in real estate. They carry over. As an investor, your mindset is to earn yield on your money and grow your pot. And that's what we've outlined here. So guys, as always, if you appreciate this video, if you want to see more videos like this, where I just talk to you straight how it is based on my experience, hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, if you like my perspective and you want to join our weekly course member live streams, we have 3 weekly live streams, guys, where we talk about all the different points here. We do fundamental analysis. We do tokenomics. We trade together. We do macroeconomics, right? We do portfolio critiques together. And a whole lot more. So you can check out ijaz.uk/member. If you want more videos like this, let me know, guys, and we can do more just talking head videos like this, where we can address a topic which you guys would like some insight on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash up the likes and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.